Welcome back to Maney Lost. There's some big changes in this video, so make sure you do stay through right to the end because I don't want anyone to miss these few little updates and one major one that is coming. The birds today, they are not going out for a fly, mainly because I only wormed them probably about midday, so they need to have a few hours break, 3 hours before we can feed them and things like that. And obviously the tablets that we have used, the birds can vomit, so well, they will, some of them will. It's just a side effect of that worming tablets that we got, but they are super effective. And this is part of the whole plan that's happening at the moment, is getting these guys ready to toss. They have to be wormed and they need to be respiratory as well. So we're going to get the dose them all for respiratory, and then they should be ready. I'm going to give them the best chances possible, get them to the end of the freeway, which is about 100 kilometers. They should be able to do it. So here are all the flyers. That's pretty much all the birds that we've got at the moment that are flying around. We've lost a few and whatnot. There's a bit of a divide in here, which we're going to address in this video. We need to. And I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with this change because it is definitely needed. I'm going to get some food for these guys. We're going to give them a little bit of a feed. Okay, so their food is set up. Gave them a pretty light mix today, just a very standard one, nothing exciting in it, just because I did earlier today give them all those worming tablets, so they'll be pretty keen to come in and have a little bit of a feed. Come on! Come on! We'll leave these guys to it. I'm going to head over and we're going to have a look at some of the breeders, and I've got something to talk about. So before I do start feeding these birds, we're going to cut right to the chase. It's been a long road. The decision what I've made is for next season that we are going to race a full season of these birds. And what I've decided to do, because it is quite complex with split barless and white birds and red birds and all these colour kind of projects I've got on, you know, like tiger grizzles and whatnot, I've actually decided to split the channels. So basically we've got Maney Lofts and we're going to split it over into a new channel. So we've got colour birds on this side, all the fun and games that goes with it, like our small loft and how Maney Lofts used to be, with all the characters and that type of stuff. And then we're going to move it over, totally split it down the middle, move all the racing stuff, serious stuff over here, birds of no names, no talk of split barless, all that kind of stuff. There probably won't even be barless in this loft. We're going to have two separate lofts. We're going to have a race loft that we're going to build specifically for racing, and we're going to build a brand new loft just for our birds, which will probably be similar to this one here we originally started with, taking Maney Lofts to back kind of what it was and what it started as, before we kind of got things complicated with trying to race birds, which we've made a really bad job of anyway, which I know. Next year I want to go serious. That's why we need to separate it into two channels, two different lofts, so I can have my pet birds and my race birds, which are two totally different things. You can't treat race birds, that I've learned now, like pet birds. It doesn't work. You can't give them all these pet names. You can't have them all this tame landing on your hand, which will probably happen because they will be close contact and stuff like that. But we just are making this change. Down the middle, we're going to go to Maney Lofts, still going to be operating, nothing's going to change, still lots of videos, but we're going to build a racing loft and build and breed a complete team of race birds for that. We might even buy some race teams as well to help fill it, but I'm not going to go into too much detail about it now. But if you want, the link is in the description to this channel over here, so make sure you're going over to it and like that channel if you're interested in racing birds. So I had to cut that short a little bit because this little fella wants to be in the videos as well, or he wants to help me feed the bird. I don't know what you want to do, but you're being very noisy. So the new channel we're going to call Maney Racing Pigeons. There's going to be MRP, which that's what that stands for. Go and subscribe to that channel. I'm going to go into a lot more depth with it on that channel over the next few weeks as we start to build that loft. I've got some designs in the plans for it, but we're going to start building. It's either going to be situated here or over here, but it's going to be solely racing pigeons. You can drop your comments down below, let me know what you think. This is a decision that's going ahead anyway. We're totally splitting the birds, keeping all those pets, the white ones, all that kind of stuff separate, and we're going to solely do the race birds in a totally separate thing because they need to be treated like race birds from day one, starting with this first round that's happening in here. Not these ones. We utilise these two cockbirds though, but in that loft we've got really good birds that we've actually paid a lot of money for. You just probably don't know how much some of those birds are worth in there, but they are hundreds of dollars, some of those cockbirds in there, and we are going to spend some money and get some really good quality birds in the life of that channel as well. So it's going to be good, and you're going to help me. So make sure you go subscribe now, and let's just finish off this video, feed these birds, and I will see you here and the next channel. So breeders are doing pretty well. They've had a little bit of a snack already. We've got surprisingly some quite nice birds in here. They're starting to all turn out quite nice. Basically, those tigers, I'm only allowed to do 2 rounds from them, and then I've got to return them. So we're keeping the first round. Second round, we are going to give back to the owner as well. So we're breeding him around, just help him out a little bit before he splits that pair up. So we're only going to do 2, but that's fine. We'll keep those 2 for breeding birds on this channel. We are going to build like a proper breeding loft shortly anyway. So don't stress too much about that, because you will see a lot of tiger grizzles on this channel. And then the only other pair that's locked up is Shock and his partner. The problem that I had there, I let Shock out when they had those 2 eggs, and what he did, he actually tried to pair back up with this hen here. This is who he's previously paired up with, which is it was a bit of a problem because they were pairing up, and they are separate pairs at the moment. But he was actually attacking his hen that he's in there with, so I've had to separate them for now, which is, it's a little bit annoying, but obviously that's what we've got to do, because I really want to cross Shock into my Leo Storm line. And see how we go. And before we finish this video, this is the stuff here that I actually have been dosing my birds with. Little tablets. This is really good. I do like this, but I also do like the liquid form of worming. So that's to worm our birds. Definitely something we need to do before we started tossing them, which we have done. The next thing that I really want to do is, where is it? Basically more airway stuff. So I've got more packets of them here. Really hard to get pigeon stuff here, so all this stuff has come from America. It's very hard to get, but yeah, next season we will be buying a lot more stuff locally, but we just have to spend a bit more money and prepare much further in advance, which is like for pigeon pox, PMV and that kind of stuff. We'll definitely be giving the race birds injections and all that kind of things. So the next round is all the birds going to get 1 dose of this, which is for the airways, and also help them out with a few other bits and pieces as well. 4-in-1 stuff, it's not super ideal, but we have found it very effective before for canker and those type of things. Knocks the canker out 24 hours. Anyway, I'm going to shut this video down. Make sure you head over, subscribe to the other channel if you're interested in racing pigeons. It's going to be my first season, realistically my first time racing. We've raced once before, but that was a total flop. There was no preparation. But this year we are starting, and we're starting very soon. That's why I'm starting to stock up on all this little bits and pieces. So get ready. I will see you all in the next video, and I'm going to see you all on the other side in MRP, in Maney Racing Pigeons. So head over there, get ready for when I upload a video very soon.